Hello everyone, I got 2004 Chevy Impala. Today we're going to show you how you replace the wheel bearing and hub assembly on the driver's side. We remove the nuts that's holding the wheel, and we remove the two nuts that's holding the brake caliper here. They're size 15. They go right there. There's two of them right here, size 15. And we did hang this brake caliper here with something like this here. I like to hang them rather than just putting too much pressure on the brake line here, especially if it's rusty. Next, we're going to remove this rotor. Just set it aside. We're actually waiting for our wheel bearing part to come in. This nut is, let's see, I believe it's size, let's see here, size 33. Let me try my size 33 and see if it fits. Perfect. Use my impact gun to remove the nut. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove those two bolts. Actually, not on this side. They need to be removed from this side and then pushed out. So let's see. Honestly, I don't know what size this is, but I'm gonna try 19, and that's not it. Might be 21. There you go. So it is size 21. Oh, come on. All right. Okay. Use my gun. All right. Let's leave it like that. Good. We actually just got our wheel bearing delivered. Just gonna show you really quick. This model is with ABS, and I'm just show you quickly what it looks like. I'm gonna actually sit this on the floor here. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty nice and neat to have. It's the torque, not torque specs for the different models. It's a nice little sheet that you could keep, I guess. Huh. And a wheel bearing with a hub assembly. Let's see. So that's what our new wheel bearing looks like. Again, this is with ABS. Looks really nice. So let's get back to work here. So we need to remove those two nuts. Just an FYI, we did spray BP on those nuts because we're gonna have to remove the bolt for the ball joint, and then these two, a little bit of BP, and then by the 3 screws here that's holding the wheel bearing assembly, the hub assembly, and then yeah, that's it. So on removing those 2 nuts for the strut, you just pretty much have to be careful when you hit this from this side. You need to put this nut and make sure that it's holding flat with this big nut here, and then you just kind of tap with your hammer, just kind of like that. Same thing with this. Make sure it's flat with this. Don't do this here. Sometimes you could damage this end. So something like this here, flat, and then you go like a few knocks. That will push it out. Okay. And and once it becomes loose, you set those 2 aside, and then you just hit it slowly, just like that. The last hit, you just probably want to go a little harder just so you can get it out. See if we can, push it out. Yeah, that's not bad. Same thing with this. There you go. So a little wiggling should get this out. If not, just start unscrewing it. Eventually it'll come out. You could also use a gun too. There you go. First one is out. And the second one is out. Just put these aside here just so we know. Now the next thing is try to hit this axle. And again, you want to go flat with this screw. Try to see if we can pop it out. There you go. Just came in a little loose. And with the pray bar, see if we can yeah, there you go. And now another hit here. All right. Oh, it's really stuck in there, but that's fine. We'll go one more. All right. Unscrew a little more on the threads and let's see. Now that should be enough for now, okay? The next thing we need to do is try to get this axle out. So I'm gonna sit the camera down, and basically I just hold my right arm with the wheel bearing, hub assembly, and then my left one, and try to separate them. But I need to put the camera down. Let's see. Yeah, so this is good. The next thing I need to do is remove this bolt that's holding the outer tie rod. So let me go ahead and get that removed. Let me just see what size it is. We'll try 15. Nope. It's probably 17. Actually, it's an 18. So this is 18. We're gonna go ahead and remove that. All right, guys. So we remove this nut here from this outer. Okay, and we're just gonna set this aside and continue to remove the rest of the stuff here. Now you can see this axle is coming out. Remove this nut. And just a couple of easy knocks. We don't want to ruin the threads, but just a little bit to push it out. Yeah, just like that. And then unconnect this harness for the ABS. I'm gonna get my screwdriver here. And it looks like you can just kind of flip this, twist this little plastic here. Yep, just like that on this end, and then you do the same thing on the other end. There you go. Oh, wait a second, we just removed the wrong end here. Sorry, this is the end that needs to be removed right here. Okay, I'll just push this back. All right, there you go. This is good to go. So now let's see. Turn this on one end, and actually probably easier to just move this forward. I'm gonna use my second arm here. I'm gonna set the camera down for a sec. Okay, so as you can see, we moved the spindle on the front, and we shifted this axle to the back a little bit. Now we got easy access to the nut right here that's holding the ball joint. So let's get that removed. So we're using this to remove this pin that's holding the nut. There you go. We'll set this right here for now. And now we got easy access to the nut. Let me see what size this is, just so you guys know. This is probably going to be 16 if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where my size 16 is. Actually, that's gonna be 18 again. Oh, let's see. It's my 18 socket. Yep, it is 18. We'll go ahead and get that removed. We're probably gonna have to use a swivel just to be able to get to this spot here, and maybe an extension, because otherwise this is right on the top of it. So, or maybe some kind of ratchet. Depends on how hard this is stuck in there. I want to show you a trick. If you're not able to remove this ball joint from the spindle and you're having a hard time because it is stuck in there really bad, and you don't feel like hitting it from the top is gonna help much, other than it's gonna actually make it worse and it's gonna start ruin this bolt and threads, don't attempt hitting on it. I'll show you a trick on how to get this loosened up. You just, what you want to do is hammer like this, and all you have to do is just knock right here, not on the ball joint itself, just knock a couple of really hard knocks here should get that ball joint loosened up a little bit. Let's try that. Yep, there you go, it's loosened up. So now, see how this is. So now, unscrew this. Nothing is attached to this anymore. We're done. All I have to do is just pull it, and there you go. I'm gonna just sit it right here for now. And what we need to do next, make sure they're identical or similar or whatever the case may be. So this is gonna go just like that. Let me just remove this little plastic that's holding the harness. So this is it. So next we're gonna remove those bolts. Let's try size 13. This cart is a mess. I need to clean it up. Yep. So I'm gonna remove those 3 nuts. Oh. What? There is 13. I'm gonna put my camera down here and get to those. Actually, before I put my camera down, I'm gonna try 12. This is 12. I want to see. No, they are 13. So I'll just have a good grip on it and remove them. Hey guys, I wanted to show you this part. So these bolts were giving me a hard time coming out, and right at the beginning of, like, I almost felt like this screw is gonna start getting stripped. So I stopped and I started using heat. So this was easy to remove. This was giving me a hard time. So what I did, I put some heat on it, and I'm using just a torch, just like that. I put heat on this to loosen that up. We live in Minnesota here, and we get a lot of rust, snow and water and salt, and this is pretty common when you live in areas like that in the Midwest or in the North. We run into a lot of similar issues like that, where you use a lot of heat. Cars that are coming from the south are normally don't have a lot of rust, but anyways, so little heat and we should be good to go. So this one is out. And this one is out, and we got one more to remove. So we removed those 3 nuts, and now just we don't care if this get damaged, so we're just gonna go ahead and wow, this is hot. We're just gonna go ahead and hit this with a hammer. So we're gonna hold this just like that, and then hit this from this end and get this out. Yeah, it's coming out. There you go. So make sure you remember where this harness side came from so you can hook it this way. So we're just gonna install the new one. Now before I put the new one in, see this bracket here you want to keep, because this got the metal piece where the harness for the ABS hangs into. So keep this piece, okay? Just keep it the way it is. Right there. It's almost looks like it's a bracket, but almost looks like a gasket as well in between the wheel bearing hub assembly and the spindle here. So we just put this in. It's pretty straightforward, just like that. See this where this harness is on this side? It needs to line up with this end here. So just like that. Okay, and if we flip it, that's it. All right. Put these screws back in. And we'll go ahead and tighten those up. I'll be right back. So we did tighten those up. We're just gonna go ahead and put this harness here. Remove this old plastic. This is it, folks. That's how you install a wheel bearing hub assembly on a 2004 Chevy Impala 3.8 engine with ABS. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.